Good morning, dear students. In this semester, that is in semester 6, you have to study one organic chemistry topic, that is heterocyclic compounds and drugs. Heterocyclic compounds. So first of all, you have to go through what do you mean by a heterocyclic compound, or what do you mean by heterocyclics. See here, this heterocyclic compounds, normally you have seen this carbon compounds, isn't it? Carbon chain with or a ring with carbon compounds, isn't it? That means, for example, benzene. Benzene, it has got all the atoms, carbon atoms, and also the valency, it is filled by hydrogen, isn't it? The remaining valencies, they are filled with hydrogen. So this is the structure of benzene. See here, all the ring atoms are carbon atom, isn't it? No other atom is present in this particular ring, isn't it? So here, but in the case of heterocyclic compounds, see, one or two of the carbon atoms, they are replaced by some other hetero atom. Okay, this carbon atom, it is replaced by some other hetero atom. For example, this carbon atoms, it can be replaced by suppose nitrogen, or it can be replaced by sulfur or oxygen or phosphorus or silicon, etc. Okay, so these are all hetero atoms. So when this carbon atom, when one or two carbon atoms, when it is replaced by any of these elements, we can call it as a heterocyclic compound. See, this is a homocyclic compound, isn't it? It has got all the carbon atoms and hydrogen atoms. It has got only carbon atoms as well as hydrogen atoms, isn't it? And also otherwise we can call it as a carbocyclic compound. Only carbon atom is there, isn't it? So it is a carbocyclic compound. But at the same time, if one of the carbon atom, it is replaced by any of these elements. So many elements are there, etc. So many elements are there. When these atoms, they are replaced by this carbon atom, what happens? It is called as the heterocyclic compound. So we can define a heterocyclic compound as compounds having 5 or 6 membered ring. That is the first point. These are heterocyclic. Cyclic means it is a ring compound, isn't it? So this heterocyclics are, these are compounds with 5 or 6 membered ring. And also it will be having at least one heteroatom. It will be having a minimum of one heteroatom. It will be having a minimum of one heteroatom, and also these compounds are normally they are stable also. Stable compounds are there, and again one more point, they will be aromatic in nature. See, benzene ring, it is aromatic in nature, isn't it? So here these are some of the characteristics, or we can, from these points we can define a heterocyclic compound. That means it is a compound having 5 or 6 membered ring. It will be having either a 5 membered ring, or it will be having a 6 membered ring. Okay, so that is the first point. Second point, it will be having at least one heteroatom. Then the next point, it is stable, and the fourth point, it is aromatic. So such compounds we can call it as heterocyclic compound. Okay, such compound we can call it as the heterocyclic compound. Hope you are clear with this definition. And also in this chapter throughout we have to study different types of heterocyclic compounds. So many compounds are there, and you have to study some of the chemical reactions, then their properties, preparation, their properties, both chemical as well as physical properties. And also in some of the cases we have to study some reactions also. So this much you have to study in this chapter. Okay, then next is regarding the classification of heterocyclic compounds. Classification of heterocyclic compounds. See, this heterocyclic compounds, they can mainly classified on the basis of the ring size, that is depending on the number of elements present in that particular heterocyclic compound. So first category, that is the 5-membered heterocyclic. That means it is a 5-membered ring, compound having 5-membered ring. 5-membered heterocyclics. Then the second one, that is the 6-membered heterocyclics. 5-membered heterocyclics. Then second one, 6-membered heterocyclics, and the third one, that is the condensed heterocyclics. condensed heterocyclic. So here condensed heterocyclic means it will be a combination of both 5-membered and 6-membered. That means it will be having one 6-membered ring combined with a 5-membered ring. So such type of cyclic compounds, it is called as a condensed heterocyclic, and also it will be having one heteroatom. Okay. So such type of compounds, it is called as a condensed heterocyclic. So classification to 3 types. First is 5-membered, then 6-membered, and then the third one, that is the condensed heterocyclics. Then you have to go through one by one. The first one, that is the 5-membered heterocyclics. Five-membered heterocyclics. See here, it will be having one ring with five atoms, and one of them will be a heteroatom. And also again, this type of compounds, it will be classified into 2 types. That is, the first category is that it will be having compounds with one category, it will be having only one heteroatom. That is, one ring it will be having one 5-membered ring and also one heteroatom. And the second category is that that category will be having 2 heteroatoms. Okay, so the first one, that is the compounds with one heteroatom. Compounds with one heteroatom. Sorry for the disturbance. Our Moju is barking. So first one, that is compounds with one heteroatom, and the second one, that is the compounds with 2 heteroatoms or more than one heteroatom. Compounds with more than one heteroatom. Okay, so first is the compounds with one heteroatom, and the second one is the compounds with more than one heteroatom. So first of all, we have to go through this compounds with one heteroatom. So example for this category is that the first compound, that is furan. F-U-R-A-N, furan. Then the second one, that is thiophene. Thiophene or thiol. Thiophene or thiol. And the third one, that is the pyrrole. Pyrrole or azole. This thiol, azole, etc., they are the common names. Okay. So these are the 3 compounds with one heteroatom. The first one, it is furan, second one thiophene, and the third one is pyrrole. So these 3 compounds you have to study in detail. Their chemical properties, then some of the reactions, then their method of preparation, etc. you have to study in detail. Okay. Then we can draw the structure of these compounds. The first one, that is furan. Furan means it is a 5-membered ring with one heteroatom, and the heteroatom present in furan is oxygen. Okay. So furan, it will be like this. The structure will be like this. This is 5-membered ring with oxygen atom and also 2 double bonds. Okay. So this is furan. Furan is the heterocyclic compound. 5-membered, it has got a 5-membered ring, and the heteroatom present is oxygen. Then second one, that is thiophene. Thiophene, again, it is also a 5-membered ring, and thio, the word thio means it will be having which atom? It will be having sulfur. Okay. So this is thiophene or thiol. Thiophene or thiol. And the third one, that is pyrrole. Pyrrole means the compound, the heteroatom present is nitrogen. So this is pyrrole, NH. So that the 3 valencies of nitrogen are satisfied. So this is pyrrole or azole. Pyrrole or azole. So these are the first category, that is the compounds with one heteroatom. Okay, furan, thiophene and pyrrole. Furan means it is a 5-membered ring with oxygen atom. Thiophene means it is a 5-membered ring with sulfur atom. And pyrrole means it is a 5-membered ring with nitrogen atom. Okay. Then the next is, the second classification is the compounds with more than one heteroatom. Okay. So we can go through the second category. So the second category is the compounds with more than one heteroatom. Compounds with more than one heteroatom. Okay. So here here again two types are there. That means the two heteroatoms, it can be same or it can be different. Okay, the two heteroatoms present in the ring, it can be the same heteroatom. If it is a nitrogen, if the heteroatom is nitrogen, there can be two nitrogens or two sulfur or two oxygen atoms, like that. Okay, or it can be a mixture of a nitrogen and an oxygen, or a nitrogen and a sulfur, or an oxygen and a sulfur, like that. So the examples for this category is that the first one, that is pyrazole, and also the structure, it will be like this, a 5-membered ring, then again NH, then here two double bonds are there, and in the second position there will be another nitrogen atom. Okay, so this is a 5-membered ring with two nitrogen atoms. So here two heteroatoms are there. Okay, so this is pyrazole. The previous one is pyrrole, this is pyrazole. Okay, pyrazole, it has got one Z, sorry. So this is pyrazole with two heteroatoms or with two nitrogen, or it can be written as, it is named as 1,2-diazole. 1,2-diazole. Azo means it will be, the compound will be having nitrogen atom, isn't it? One with nitrogen atom, it will be mentioned as azo group, isn't it? So here it has got two nitrogens, so it is diazole. Then what about the positions? This is position 1 and this is position 2. Okay, so 1,2-diazole. That is how this compound is named. Then the next one, that is imidazole. Imidazole means the structure will be like this. Here NH, then two double bonds. Then at this position, the second nitrogen atom is there. Okay, so this compound is imidazole. And also, what about the nomenclature? Two nitrogens are there. So again, it is a diazole. And what about the positions of nitrogen? This is 1. This is second carbon atom. This is the third nitrogen atom. So nitrogens are at the positions 1 and 3. Okay, so the compound is 1,3-diazole. So the compound is 1,3-diazole. Then another compound, nitrogen, then again hydrogen. Here one nitrogen present, here one nitrogen. Okay, two double bonds. So here how many nitrogen groups are there, nitrogen atoms are there? 1, 2 and 3, isn't it? So it is a triazole. We can write it as a triazole. And what about the nomenclature? So this nitrogen, it is 1, this is 2 and this is 3, third nitrogen atom. Okay, so we can write it as 1, 2, 3 triazole. The compound is called as 1, 2, 3 triazole. So this is how these compounds are named. Okay, then another example. Again 5-membered ring, then NH, then here nitrogen atom, here nitrogen atom, here nitrogen atom. Okay, again two double bonds. So here, what is the compound? See here, how many nitrogens are there? 4, isn't it? So it is called as a tetrazole. 4 nitrogens are there. Then nomenclature 1, 2, then 3, 4, isn't it? So the compound is called as 1, 2, 3, 4 tetrazole. 1, 2, 3, 4 tetrazole. Okay. Then another compound. Here oxygen atom. Then here one nitrogen atom. Okay. So the first position an oxygen, and at the second position there is a nitrogen atom. So since a nitrogen is there, it is the compound. It is in the compound there will be term called as azo, isn't it? Azo will be there. And also azo combining with oxygen atom. So we can write it as oxazole. Okay, oxazole, or it will be 1,3-oxazole. Sorry, 1,3-oxazole. First, then second, then third. Okay. Then the next one, another compound. So here this sulfur. Then in the third position nitrogen. Okay, so 1, 2, then nitrogen, it is in the third position. So one nitrogen group is the nitrogen atom is there, so it is azo. Then if sulfur is present, there will be a term thio, isn't it? If sulfur is there, thio will be there. it is represented by the term thio, and if nitrogen is there, it will be represented by azo, isn't it? So here both thio as well as azo is there. So it is called as a thiazole. Thiazole. Okay, thiazole. And what about the positions? It is at 1 and 3. So it is 1,3 thiazole. Okay, hope you are clear with this nomenclature. Then the next half. So the first part is okay. That is regarding the classification. We have completed this 5-membered heterocyclics. Okay, 5-membered heterocyclics, 2 categories: compounds with 1 heteroatom and compounds with more than 1 heteroatom. Then the next classification, that is the 6-membered heterocyclics. The second major classification, that is the 6-membered heterocyclics. 6-membered heterocyclics. See here in this 6-membered heterocyclics, again 2 classifications are there. The first point is that it will be having a 6-membered ring, isn't it? So again 3 classifications are there. Sorry, 2 classifications are there with 1 heteroatom and the second one with more than 1 heteroatom. Okay, first classification, compounds with 1 heteroatom. And the second one is the compounds with more than 1 heteroatoms. More than 1 heteroatoms. Okay, so first is the compounds with 1 heteroatom, and the examples for this classification is that the first one, that is pyridine. Pyridine. Sometimes you might have heard of pyridine, isn't it? It is a reducing agent. It is used in reduction in organic processes. So the first compound is pyridine. So pyridine, it is a 6-membered ring. 6-membered ring, and it will be having only 1 heteroatom, and here the heteroatom is nitrogen. Okay, so this is the structure of pyridine. Okay, 6-membered ring with a heteroatom, nitrogen. So this is pyridine. Then the second compound, that is this is, I am talking about this compounds with 1 heteroatom. Okay, so the next one is that oxygen. Okay, so this compound, it is gamma pyran. This compound is gamma pyran. So this is also a 6-membered ring with 1 heteroatom, 1 oxygen atom. Then the next one, again a 6-membered ring, 2 double bonds, then with sulfur. Okay, so this compound is gamma thiopyran. These compounds you doesn't need to study, just go through the structure. Okay, there is no details regarding this gamma pyran and gamma thiopyran. You have to study only pyridine in detail. Okay, these are some of the examples. So pyridine, then gamma pyran, then gamma thiopyran. So it is gamma thiopyran means, thio means it will be having sulfur. Gamma pyran means it will be having 1 heteroatom as oxygen. Okay, so this is about the compounds with 1 heteroatom, and the next one, that is the compounds with more than 1 heteroatom. The next classification, second classification, compounds with more than 1 heteroatom. Compounds with more than 1 heteroatom. So here examples for some such compounds, they are pyrimidine. The first example is pyrimidine. Pyrimidine means it will be having 2 nitrogen atom. Okay, 6-membered ring. 6-membered ring. Then it will be having 2 nitrogen atoms and also alternate double bonds. Okay, pyrimidine, or it is called as pyridazine. Sorry, this compound is pyridazine. This compound is pyridazine, and pyrimidine, the structure, it will be like this. Alternate single and double bonds, 2 nitrogen atoms at 1 and 3 positions. Okay, this is the first position, second position, third position. So this is pyrimidine. Okay, so this is pyrimidine. Pyrimidine, or it is 1,3-diazine. That is first and third positions, there will be nitrogen atoms. So it is 1,3-diazine. Pyridazine means it will be 1,2-diazine. Two nitrogens are there, isn't it? So it is 1,2-diazine. 1,2-diazine. Then the next one, that is the third compound, that is pyridine with a 6-membered ring. Then nitrogens at 1 and 4th position. 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So the compound, it is 1,4-diazine. 1,4-diazine. Okay, or it is called as pyrazine. Pyrazine or 1,4-diazine. Okay. So these are some of the 6-membered heterocyclics with more than one heteroatom. Pyrimidine means the structure nitrogens will be at 1 and 3 positions. Then pyridazine at 1 and 2 positions. Then pyrazine with 1 and 4 positions. Okay. So here also you have to study pyrimidine. Some details regarding pyrimidine only. Then the next compound, the third main classification is that the condensed heterocyclics. Condensed heterocyclics. Please wait for a minute. So then the next category, that is the condensed heterocyclics. So here in this compound or in this category, they will be having 2 fused rings. Already I had shown you this 2 fused rings. It can be 1 6-membered ring and it can be 1 5-membered ring. So here 1 6-membered and 1 5-membered ring, they are fused together, or this combination might be, it can be of 2 6-membered rings. Okay, so here the fusion of 2 6-membered rings, or it can be a 5-membered ring and a 6-membered ring. Okay, like that. So this type of compounds we can call it as a condensed heterocyclics. And also in this case, one of the ring, it can be carbocyclic. Carbocyclic means it will be having only carbon atoms, carbon and hydrogen atoms, and one of the ring, it can be heterocyclic, that is it will be having one heteroatom. Okay, or it can be completely heterocyclic. Sometimes the 2 rings can be heterocyclic, both of the rings can be heterocyclic, like that also it will be coming. So condensed heterocyclic means it will be having 2 or more fused rings. It will be having 2 or more fused rings, and it can be partly carbocyclic. It can be partly carbocyclic and partly heterocyclic. Partly carbocyclic means it is understood that it is partly heterocyclic. Then the next point is that it can be completely heterocyclic, or it can be completely heterocyclic. Okay, so this is regarding the condensed heterocyclics. Then we have to go through some of the examples. So the first example, that is quinoline. This compound, it is important. You have to study the structure of this quinoline. So quinoline is having 2 6-membered rings fused together. So this is the first fused ring, and first ring, this is the second ring. And also the second ring, it has got a nitrogen atom. Okay. So here alternate single and double bonds, then again a double bond. Okay, so one is a carbocyclic ring, only carbon is there, and in the second one, one heteroatom, that is nitrogen, is there. So this compound is quinoline. Quinoline. Okay, so then this is the first type in the example for condensed heterocyclic. Then the next one, that is almost similar, only a change in the position of nitrogen atom. Okay. So here this is the next ring. So here next compound. So here this nitrogen atom is at the second position. Okay. So the double bonds will be like this. So this compound almost similar, isn't it? But the position of the nitrogen atom is changed. Here the nitrogen is at position 1. But here this nitrogen atom is at position 2. So we can say that it is isoquinoline. The compound is isoquinoline. So both these compounds are important. You have to study this in detail. Okay. Then one more compound is there. It is carbazole. So carbazole, it is having 3 rings. That is one 6-membered ring. Then the second one, there is a 5-membered ring. And the third one, again, there is a 6-membered ring. Okay. So here double bonds, alternate double bonds. Then NH. Then here one double bond. Then again double bonds. Okay. So this is carbazole. Okay. So here 3 rings are there, 2 6-membered and 1 5-membered ring. Okay, so you have to study in detail quinoline as well as isoquinoline. So these are compounds which are partly carbocyclic and partly heterocyclic, isn't it? Here this part is carbocyclic, this part is heterocyclic. Here this part is carbocyclic and this ring is heterocyclic. Here these 2 rings are carbocyclic while this ring is heterocyclic. Okay, then the next one we can go through compounds with completely heterocyclic rings. Okay, with completely heterocyclic rings. For example, purine. Sometimes you might have heard. So one 6-membered ring and the second one is a 5-membered ring. So here one nitrogen atom, then at this position there is a nitrogen atom. Here also one NH, then here also one NH. Okay, so here alternate single and double bonds. Then here one double bond. Sorry, so here nitrogen valencies are satisfied, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. So no hydrogen will be there. Okay, so this compound, this is purine. So in total, how many nitrogen atoms are there? 4 nitrogen atoms are there in purine, isn't it? So this is a compound or a heterocyclic compound with completely heterocyclic rings, isn't it? Then the next compound is that 2 heterocyclic rings are there, that is 2 6-membered rings are there. 2 6-membered rings are there, alternate single and double bonds. Then there will be nitrogens. So at this position one nitrogen, then 4th position, then again here nitrogen, here also nitrogen atom. Okay, so this compound, it is pteridine. Doesn't have to go into the details of this compound, pteridine. Okay, you have to study pyridine, I think. So these 2 compounds, they are completely heterocyclic. Okay. Then the next classification. So here the classification, it is based on the ring nature, isn't it? Nature of the ring, whether it is a 5-membered ring or a 6-membered ring or a condensed heterocyclic ring, isn't it? Then again the next classification, it is based on the properties. Classification based on properties. Classification based on properties. So here the first category, that is called as the heteroparaffins. First category. So heteroparaffins means they will be resembling paraffins. That means the compound will be a saturated compound. Paraffin means it is a saturated compound. So these compounds, they will be resembling paraffins. Resembles paraffins. Then example. So here no double bonds are there, isn't it? So it is normally if 2 double bonds are there, the compound is furan, isn't it? So furan, when hydrogenated or when the 2 double bonds are removed, that means the compound is tetrahydrofuran. The compound is tetrahydrofuran. Okay. THF, tetrahydrofuran. Then the next compound, this is nitrogen, NH. Suppose here if 2 double bonds are there, the compound is called as pyrrole, isn't it? And also if it is hydrogenated, if pyrrole is hydrogenated, the 2 double bonds will be replaced by 4 hydrogen atoms, isn't it? So the compound, it is pyrrolidine. So it is a saturated compound, isn't it? Both of them are saturated, no double bonds are there. So tetrahydrofuran, then pyrrolidine, both are the derivatives from furan as well as pyrrole. Then the next one, that is pyridine. You have seen it has got 1 nitrogen atom and also alternate single and double bonds, isn't it? So when pyridine is hydrogenated, we will be having, in the case of pyridine, it will be having how many double bonds? 3 double bonds are there with 1 nitrogen atom, isn't it? If these 3 double bonds are hydrogenated, and in presence of these 3 double in the place of these 3 hydrogen atoms, these 3 double bonds, 6 hydrogen atoms will be replaced. So the compound will be converted to this type, okay. Or when it is undergoing reduction, the compound will be piperidine. Piperidine, okay. Piperidine. Pyridine, on hydrogenation it will be piperidine. Then the next one, again a 6-membered ring with an oxygen atom, and the compound is tetrahydropyran. Tetrahydropyran. We have seen gamma pyran, isn't it? So gamma pyran, when when hydrogenated, it becomes tetrahydropyran. Okay. So this is another classification. So heteroparaffins. And the second category, that is the heteroaromatics. All these you have to just for your information only. Usually it is not asked for your university examinations, but you have to know the structure of these compounds as well as some of the examples. Sometimes it might be asked in a part. Okay. So here this heteroaromatics means these compounds will be resembling aromatic compounds. Will be resembling aromatic compounds. Aromatic compounds. So example, what is this compound? This is pyrrole, isn't it? So this compound will be resembling aromatic compound. It has got alternate single and double bonds, isn't it? Then another example, that is furan, oxygen atom. Furan. Then the next one, that is thiophene. Thiophene. So these are all heteroaromatics. Thiophene. Okay. Then another example, pyridine. Pyridine. Okay. So this is about the classification of these compounds. So you have to go in detail about these things. Then the next topic, that is regarding the nomenclature, that we can go through in our next session. Okay. While you will be having time, you have to go through the video and please write the lecture notes and upload it in the classroom. You can take your own time. I am not giving you a cut-off date or time. You can do it by your own time, okay. But while watching the video, you have to write the lecture notes. It's a must, and also you have to post it in our classroom also. I want to see whoever is watching. If there is no lecture notes posted against your name, then I will be thinking that you hadn't watched that particular video. Okay, so please watch the video, write the lecture notes and upload it. Take your own time, no problem. Okay, thank you.